Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to episode 11 of my 1.5 versus 6 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against a team of 6 Emperor AI, although I do have an AI teammate on Lord difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Goblin Rogue, Gnulsa Nightstar. In our last episode, we recruited ourselves a new hero, and this is actually another Necromancer hero who, I guess conveniently, kind of appeared at our Archon Revenant dwelling. And you can see right here, here's our dwelling. We're actually in the process of working on Revenant Caster, but here's our new hero, Zang the Hellspawn, who is, as I said, another Necromancer hero. So we've now, I think, maxed out our heroes that we're going to be able to recruit via the just sort of the regular method of the hero appearing at your city. And we're still kind of in the process of, again, expanding and trying to bring additional vassals in to our empire. And we're probably getting to that point where it's going to be fairly soon that we're going to encounter our opponents, I think. But we'll have to see. However, before we dive into the episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments comes from Albtrom. Albtrom pointed out, and this was actually something that was really interesting. Albtrom mentioned that he noticed that when I paid gold to bring one of my vassals in, I believe it was when I brought this city into the fold, so Belfime here. When I brought it from being a vassal into a full-fledged city of my empire, I ended up spending some gold to do that, and it dropped me below 1,000 total gold. And what Albtrom noticed is that I actually lost income at that point when my gold dropped below 1,000. So that just kind of goes to show you just how powerful the benefit of having this extra. Again, when you have over 1,000 gold, we'll just go to a unit here real quick. So, Wealthy Empire, there it is. So base happiness modifier, Wealthy Empire. That 100 bonus there to base happiness, that makes a huge difference for my units and for my cities. So really good point there from Albtrom. I always want to try, and again, I'm not gonna be able to do that perpetually, but if I'm able to keep my gold above 1,000, that would be great. Next comment here is from Insert Username. Insert pointed out that I obtained a Frost Breath item last episode, and let's just jump around until I find it. Here it is, with Volinara. This would probably actually be better served, and this is what Insert is saying. This would be better served going to my Sorcerer hero, because my Sorcerer hero is going to get access to Inflict Stun. So let's see, how long would it take? Oh, only 2 turns. You know what, let's do that. We'll send that off to Beniefs. And once Beniefs has it, then, again, the whole point being that Beniefs is going to get access to Inflict Stun as a Sorcerer, and then that's going to be applied to all my ranged attacks, which would include the Frost Breath. So, really good comment there from Insert Username. The next comment here is from Ahmed Sultan. Ahmed pointed out that I need to prepare my cities for Shadowstalker production. As you can see here, I'm 2 turns away from being able to produce Shadowstalkers, but as Ahmed correctly points out, I really haven't prepared my cities for the my new production capacity. So in order to have these Shadowstalkers be produced, I am going to need to build a Rogue's Palace and then a Planar Gate. And so I think I'm actually going to start doing that right now rather than waiting. I think I'm actually going to cancel the public baths, which I believe I selected last episode. And instead, I am going to build a Rogue's Palace, and then the subsequent turn, I will start working on the Planar Gate. And again, the reason for that, I know I was going for a palace here in Edinburgh, but I want to actually be able to produce some Shadowstalkers. I think that would be really, really good. So, again, I need a Planar Gate in order to actually produce Shadowstalkers. So, Ahmed is absolutely correct, and I need to start working on that in a few of my cities so I'm actually able to take advantage of my new production capability, as I said before. Ahmed also mentioned that I can use a Shadowstalker and a Priest almost by themselves to clear out a castle of the Lich King. And the strategy for that, so let's just see. I think there's a castle just south. Yeah, there's one here. And again, eventually I'm going to throw up a city here. So in another turn or two, I'm going to produce a settler in Umboku, I think. I just want to make a couple more boats to join in with this stack. But I'm going to send a settler down here. But in order to clear out this castle of the Lich King, what I would basically need to do is, and this is what Ahmed is suggesting, if I have a Shadowstalker and a Priest, I can use the Priest to throw Bestow Iron Heart onto the Shadowstalker. And then if I correctly position the Shadowstalker, there's some pillars on the map there. If I can kind of situate the unit in the pillars correctly, it's basically going to be able to kill almost everything in the castle, because the Dread Reapers who are going to attack me are going to primarily do blight and frost damage, but the Shadowstalkers are completely immune to that. And then because they're also immune to spirit damage from the Bestow Iron Heart from the Priest, they're going to be almost indestructible. So the only thing I'd have to watch out for is some physical damage coming from things like Deathbringers. So really, really good comment, and something I wouldn't have really thought of from Ahmed there. So really good point. And then a final comment here. Ahmed is suggesting that my one Necromancer who has Resurgence, I could be more aggressive with that hero and use that ability to basically, again, allow me to be more aggressive and gain additional experience. And that's a fantastic point. I actually had forgotten that Volinara had Resurgence. So you can see it right here. And I guess that kind of makes sense, Twin of Life. So meaning I guess she has like a second life kind of thing. I guess maybe that's an interpretation of her name. But anyway, yeah, Ahmed makes a really good point here. And again, I actually had totally forgotten about this. I would have made different decisions with Volinara in battle in the last episode had I remembered that this was the case. But now that I know this, I can use that to my advantage in battle and take greater risks with her to try and gain more experience and protect my other units. Finally here, a set of comments from Marcus Heron. Marcus had some really good criticisms of my decision-making in the last episode, and I think Marcus hits a couple of really, really good points here. So we'll just go through them briefly. Marcus pointed out that the Goblin race governance choice I made in the previous episode was actually not a very good one. And I think I can go and look at those under my diplomacy. If I'm not... Yeah, here it is. So I chose for Protector, I chose the economic upgrade, which means all farms in the domain of Goblin cities generate extra gold. I chose not to take the military upgrade, which is Swarm Darters and Irregulars get extra health. Now, Marcus points out that this was a bad choice because Swarm Darters are very good, as they're really their only weakness is that they have low health, and this would offset that. And they're good because Swarm Darters don't suffer range penalty or obstruction penalties with their ranged attacks, so they're very strong. In addition, I really don't have that many farms that are going to potentially be in my Goblin City's radius, so I'm really not going to be reaping a ton of extra gold benefit. And then in addition, I'm a rogue, and I have lots of really good irregular units that would benefit from this extra 5 health, but I'm not going to get that now. Now, in my defense, part of my rationale for this choice was I'm probably not going to be producing very many Irregulars or Swarm Darters at this point because I now have access to both I'm about to have Shadowstalkers, and I currently have access to Succubi. And so my thought process was I'm probably going to be spamming those units rather than worrying about my Tier 1 and 2 Irregulars or my Swarm Darters. But I still agree with Marcus. I think he makes a really good point. Marcus also pointed out that recruiting yet another Necromancer hero was probably a bad call, as I really don't have very many undead units, and Necromancer heroes don't have as many abilities that will synergize well with living units, so I'm going to probably be in a bit of a jam now that I've got all these Necromancers and not enough undead units to go around to really kind of take full advantage of the Necromancer's abilities. And I think that's a totally valid point. I was definitely blinded a little bit by my love for the Necromancer class. As you guys know, it's my favorite class. And I also was, I think, influenced by the fact that the hero actually appeared as I pointed out at the beginning of the episode, appeared within the domain of the Archon Revenant dwelling. So, you know what? I think we can make it work, but I do appreciate Marcus's point because I think he makes, again, very valid points. So as always, big thank you to everybody for the fantastic comments, tons of great insights, and things for me to think about and work on moving forward. So let's dive in here. We've still got lots to do on this turn, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just pan around a little bit here. I'm trying to remember exactly kind of what was going on. Okay, Benif's had already done her thing. We had these units here. Now, I was contemplating maybe fighting these Lost Souls at this point. Ooh, and we've got some more units coming in to harass us. That's not good. Now, something we could do here is produce a Rogue's Palace, and that would give us access to some powerful Tier 2 units, and also then we could start working on the Planar Gate eventually. For now in Bebgen, we've just been making units. And again, here's where we could have maybe made some Swarm Darters. Now, if we were to do this battle, I think we would probably be just fine. But my only concern is that, again, we're going to be... our units aren't exactly the best at fighting undead, as they do a lot of blight damage. So we might want to make maybe one more... let's make a Marauder. Make one more unit there. Up to Lilac here, we've now finished a Night Watch, so we will group him up with our other units. And again, we're going to send this stack down to try and take back the town of Hamlet, which unfortunately I lost a couple of turns ago to the roaming units there. So we're going to need to rectify that. Our builder, we're going to send off into the water. We're going to send him over here to set up a fort, and then eventually we'll turn that into a city, I think. Meanwhile, in Lilac, might be nice to make a Jester. And again, I'm just going to add in units into here so that we're a little better off when we go to do this fight. Now, up top here, we have Volinara, who has done some battling, and unfortunately, again, largely due to my neglecting her, outright forgetting that she had Resurgence, she took some losses to some of her units, which was kind of unfortunate. But I think we can figure out a way to not have that bite us so much in the butt, because now we know that she has Resurgence, so we can be more aggressive with her in fights. So now the question is, where do we want to go with her? We've got some structures over here. I believe this isn't cleared out, this inn, and we obviously have this item rack, but that might require some pretty tough customers, and I don't know if we're quite strong enough at this point. I'm noticing also that you can see here the throne city of Larissa is about to come under attack from some pretty nasty undead units. And unfortunately, it would be amazing if we were at level 7 with Volinara, because we could try then to grab this Bone Dragon with Greater Reanimate Undead. But we aren't that strong yet. We're only level 4. And, I guess we could run down and try to help her, but we're still not going to be in the domain of the city. So I think we're just going to have to keep moving with Volinara. So now that begs the question, where do I go next with her? I think we'll probably head over here. I do want to stay kind of near this tomb, because the tomb is going to be good for me in exactly what I just described, using Greater Reanimate Undead to basically try to recruit some extra powerful units. So, yeah, I think we'll just kind of head over that way. We'll see what we can find. Meanwhile, we have Gnulsa over here who can now move freely. So we'll head Gnulsa over here. And the big question, though, I would like to get this spider involved, because we want to level it up. So maybe we'll move one of these units out of the fight. You know what? We'll step the Brew Brother out of the fight. We're not going to really need him, I don't think. And then we'll bring the baby spider in. There we go. And then let's do this battle here. Okay, nice. An ogre and 2 spider babies. So we'll try and recruit the ogre if we can using charm. We just need to be careful, because obviously the spiders can web us. We've got 2 hunter spiders, meaning that they're going to probably use phase on us. I suspect the big beetle is probably going to be the primary target, but we'll have to see. So we'll move the big beetle up. And Gnulsa, we want to keep Gnulsa. You know what? Actually, let's do this. Now, Gnulsa's going to be at risk where she is, but I think we'll be all right. And then, yeah, we'll step up like that. I'm a little concerned about these spiders teleporting in and going after Gnulsa, but, oh, even with the buff, it doesn't matter. That's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping that with the Touched by Faith and higher resistance, that would basically mean that I don't have to worry about the webbing, but it's not the case, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we could try and web the spiders. We actually have a really good chance of that working out. So alternatively, I could just turn them around here, which wouldn't be so bad. It would be great to get rid of these spider babies, that's for sure. You know what? Let's do this. Okay, there we go. And then we can get the kill with our spider. Perfect. There's some experience for them. Again, getting pretty close here. You saw 38 out of 45. So pretty close to getting to that silver medal. And then hopefully gold shortly after, which is what we're after. Okay, we'll attack the spider babies there. And then I think what we'll do... I'm assuming the ogre's probably going to come in and attack the big beetle, but you never know. We have to watch out because obviously we don't want Gnulsa taking a ton of extra damage. I think what we'll do here is we'll just kill the spider baby. Like this. Very nice. The dread monkey can... I don't really want the dread monkey getting in too close. So we'll just retreat back. I'm expecting that the big beetle is going to tank the damage. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So now what we do, we're going to go for the weaken. We're going to go for the poop fling here. Disgusting stench. We might as well go for the web because we can. Although, you know what? We have to be careful. I don't necessarily want to do that. If this fails, we need to be able to kill the ogre as well. So, you know what? All right, let's move over here like this. And then we'll go for the charm. Nice, and we got it. That's perfect. Okay. So now we have a powerful tier 3 melee unit to join in the stack, which is excellent. And we got a few things here. Spear of Justice, kind of a fairly generic polearm melee weapon. Some gold and some knowledge, or we could just sell this for gold. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to just sell this for gold. Although First Strike and polearm is decent. You know, if your hero comes up against cavalry, that's pretty good, or flying units. You know, if we end up fighting a warlord who has Manticore Riders, that wouldn't be so bad. I mean, this little extra knowledge boost is probably not going to matter. I'm hemming and hawing over this one. I think I'm going to take it just because we have some heroes that don't really have items at the moment. So, like, for example, Nero doesn't have a melee weapon. Zhang doesn't have a melee weapon. Although Zhang's going to have some gear coming his way shortly. So, yeah, you know what? We will take this... and we will send it to... well, we'll send it to Nero. Alright, let's upgrade our leader Gnulsa here. What to do next? So, we've got some really good options here with Gnulsa. I really like these inflict severely poisoned and crippling wounds. Actually, crippling wounds is pretty cool because it reduces movement. That one's really nice. If it's successful, of course. Not going to get Stealth Commander or Urban Stealth Commander. I just don't think those are particularly valuable. Pass Wall is obviously useful, but I believe we have a flying mount here with Gnulsa at the moment. I think. Yeah, we do. So I'm not really going to need Pass Wall. Yeah, nothing else to really benefit the stack necessarily. Although Sprint is pretty good, so maybe we'll grab Sprint. That could get us out of trouble if we, you know, get into some bad situations. And you know what? Projectile resistance isn't the worst thing ever either. But, you know what? I think we'll hold on to the points for the next level up. Alright, so we've got our Dread Monkey here. And we're going to, I guess, just keep doing some exploring because we can. Kind of see what we can see over there. We'll just stick to the land here. There we go. All right, back to Gnulsa. So obviously we want to start working on the ogre. Improving our ogre as best we can. But for now, I think we will... just kind of sit there. We don't really have the movement to do much else, so we'll just kind of do that. And then Gnulsa's stack can just sort of hang out where they are. Okay, now here we have our galleons, and again, we just want one more to really at least have the 3 of them in a stack. Ooh, and here are some units that are threatening our scout, so we're going to have to be careful. Now, we could go above ground, but if we do, we're almost certainly going to encounter one of our opponents, which at this point I'm not really that excited about doing. Maybe in a few turns, but not just yet. Okay, we've met a village here. They want open borders and a peace treaty. I will happily accept. And then in a few turns, they probably want to become our vassal. Yes, they do. So that's going to work out just fine for us. And our scout can go check out if there's anything around the city. This city actually has some pretty powerful stuff around it. Might be a good one eventually if we can gain control. Now, our hero, Zhang, we're probably going to have to leave Zhang where we are here with our hero. Can't tell if Zhang is a... I think Zhang might be a female hero. But I'm not sure if it's worth really doing anything with Zhang at the moment until we at least have a couple of units in the stack. So I think we'll maybe make a caster and then maybe a cavalry or something like that to at least just have some units in the stack. And then we can start working on the dwelling, being able to produce the... probably go for the Archon Titan, I think, or either that or the Wraith King unit, one or the other. But in any case, yeah, we're going to leave Zhang where Zhang currently is. And then with this stack, yeah, I think we're just going to... Well, we can't really go anywhere with this Night Watch in the current shape. So in terms of what to start casting, I think we still need a... Do we need a Spiritual Freedom on Edinburgh? I think we did that last episode. Yeah, okay. So Edinburgh's now good to go. Just looking if there's anywhere else we could use a Spiritual Freedom. I think, yeah, you know what? Up here, we could probably use an Iron Grip and a Spiritual Freedom. So let's maybe do that. We can do Iron Grip perhaps first because we're still developing the city. So... in the meantime here, we've got lots of join offers, which we're going to ignore. I just don't think it's a good idea since we don't have units in the area right now. We'll just double check what's up with Nero here. I think Nero we were basically just sending back towards the Shadow Gate, and we're going to kind of level up on our way there by clearing out additional structures. So yeah, that's going to do it there. And again, the goal with Nero is to have him clear out a tomb. And the reason we want to do that is because the tomb is going to have undead units that we can recruit via Greater Reanimate Undead. That's the big goal there. And if we can get him up to level 9, I believe Necromancers, if I remember correctly, at level 9 get access to Inflict Ghoul Curse, which, as we all know, if you've... well, again, if you've watched any of my Necromancer playthroughs, you know how powerful Inflict Ghoul Curse is. Very, very strong. Now, while this is flipping around, again, any turn now I'm expecting to encounter all of my opponents. And because they're on one big team of 6, I'm going to encounter all of them at once, most likely. Oh, and look at this. Well, actually, as I say that, I've just encountered one of them here. So I'm assuming, though, that once the turn flips over, I'll encounter all of them. I think that's how that works. So, now where is that? I'm seeing this. So I've met Larmian. I'm not sure where that hero is, or where that leader is located, what part of the map that would be. But obviously we can see the battle. We're getting a notification about it. Maybe that's underground even. Yeah, we'll keep our eyes peeled. When the turn flips over, we'll get a chance to actually check out where that is. In the meantime here, let's just hope that... I think what's probably going to happen is this unit is going to attack the throne city here of Larissa. And remember, in this series, I'm going to try my best to protect my teammate from being killed. That's kind of an extra... You can think of it sort of as a handicap, I guess, because as a... player on Lord difficulty, I suspect that when the Emperor AI come a-charging, they're going to have that resource benefit that they're going to be able to just overwhelm me. Now, here's the question. Do I want to just fight them with my units that I currently have? Let's see. What does this upgrade do? +2 resistance. This one doesn't have it because I didn't have the upgrade on the city at the time. I mean, we can probably win the battle, but I'm concerned that we might lose a unit. So you know what? We'll retreat again. I know it's not the most glamorous thing, but we'll retreat. We'll keep our units alive. We'll wait till we have a 4th unit, and then I think we'll be able to kill. Ooh, you know, the only thing is there were those spiders as well, and if the spiders attack us at the same time, we're going to be in trouble. So you know what? Maybe we will actually fight this battle. Again, as much as I kind of don't want to. Okay, we'll let them come to us, and then we will fight them. Let's just take a look if we have any spells that'll help us. We might be able to use a quick dash if need be to restore some movement and some health, so that's probably what we're going to do. Yeah, I talked myself into this one, so we are going to let them attack us first here. I'm guessing they're all going to go after probably the same unit, yeah. Ouch, okay. So yeah, we really don't do much damage, and that's because, again, we do a lot of blight damage, and that's not particularly good. And of course, Omen of the Dove is on right now, so really not a good situation for us here in a lot of ways. And unfortunately, yeah, that means we're probably going to lose a unit. We might even lose 2 here, which would be really a shame. Okay. What we'll do is we'll throw a quick dash on this unit here. At least have them get that kill. Now, they're probably going to die, but at least they killed off the one. Okay, going after my Grimbeak Crows. That's totally fine. We can get the kill here, and then we can get the kill over here. So we kept our 2 half-breeds, which at this point are really our more important unit because they both have tunneling. We want to make use of them to go and dig. So now, of course, if they decide to attack, I'm going to be probably in trouble, but so we'll have to see here. Independents have won a battle. Oh, and okay, look at this. Oh, you know what? This is actually perfect because it means that our teammate isn't coming under attack from these units. I think we'll be able to handle this battle, but we're going to have to be careful because obviously these units have pretty extreme mobility thanks to their flying capability here. So we're going to want to just cannon blast the crap out of the Bone Dragon. And unfortunately, this Omen of the Dove is going to be kind of causing us some issues here. So let's see how far away we can be and still get the cannon shot off. There we go. So, yeah, we can be here. So we'll do that. There's one. And I think we can do the same over here. Yeah, there's another one. You know what? We're actually going to we're going to have some difficulty here with this one, I think, with this battle. There's another shot. Okay. Now, I think the cannon, yeah, it just has a cooldown on it, so we can't use it for a little while here. Now, thankfully, the undead are going to be susceptible to the volley of flaming arrows. I suppose the other option is I try to run away and let my cannon shot maybe recharge. You know what? That's not the worst idea ever. So let's do that. I don't know if it's going to give me enough time, but we'll see. Okay, it did. So we now have our cannon shot. I mean, what we could do here is we've got them actually lined up pretty nicely. So if we head over like this, we can do... Oh, yeah, look at that blast. So that's pretty good right there. So let's do that. And then we'll do pretty much the same thing right here. Excellent. And then, you know what? Let's do one more for good measure. Okay, now we're going to take an attack from the carrion bird, but, I mean, we can handle that. Yeah, 2 damage, whatever. And then now between Ram and our fire we should be able to just get the kill here without too much issue. We'll do a ram attack, another ram attack, and another ram attack. Very nice. Our galleons are actually leveling up, which is great. And then we can kill the Lost Souls here. Let's see, this unit already leveled up. Let me just double check. Are the other ones about to level as well? Already leveled up. Yeah, okay, so we'll just get the experience here like this. There's that volley of flaming arrows. Boy, these galleons are a lot of fun to use. And we made short work of those undead. We just had to be kind of strategic about it. So now we can go and try and clear out these units here, and then try and take on the Pirate's Nest itself. Although we'll have to be careful, because if we proceed right now, I think we're actually going to have to battle both of them. The boats that are on it and the flying unit here. So we might have to wait a turn with our boats. Okay, so it looks like we've only met the one opponent, which is kind of interesting. I thought that maybe this is because... I'm actually not sure, but again, they are all on one team. So typically, I thought when you met one, you met them all, but I guess not. Okay, Scourld offers a tribute, a small army. I will accept that. So let's go take a look at Old Army and Robstone. Let's check out diplomacy here. So, Dwarf Warlord. Looks like he has Adept of Fire, Destruction Adept, and Partisan. So, yeah, he'll be... Warlords are going to be tough, right? They have very powerful units in combat, so we're going to have to make sure we're wary of him. I'm not sure where that happened. Let's take a look. Okay, so it was underground. That's where we're seeing this. Oh, and he attacked the vassal city of Gnulsa here. So that's what happened. He took my vassal city from me. Okay. That makes sense. So that is one thing I'm going to have to watch out for, is that a lot of these vassals are just not going to be strong enough on their own without additional defenses. Here's the outpost of Areen Dar. We're going to bring that one in because we can. Again, this is pretty close to where this other city was captured, so we're going to have to start being sort of wary. I don't know if we have any others that are... Yeah. So the rest are joint offers, not full-on alliance proposals. Okay. So again, we've still got some units threatening our city over here. All right. Let's see here. So... we want to throw Iron Grip on somewhere, and I think here would probably be a decent choice, as that's going to improve... Yeah, there we go. Now we're cheerful. We went from very happy to cheerful. That's going to improve our income a little bit more, so I think that's going to benefit us there. And you know what? We'll maybe start doing another one, because I think it would be also good to throw that on over here as well. So on the city of Issel, which again is currently at happy, so... yeah, I think Iron Grip would make a big difference for us over there. Now, let's do some movement and combat here if we can. So we'll grab Beneaths, and we'll send Beneaths over. We were going to clear out this trading post. So let's head over and do that. And there's all these Frostlings that are going to need to be cleared out. So let's take care of that. All right, so they are not going to come to us. We're going to have to go to them. And that is fine by me. We will throw a buff on our Eagle Rider. And yeah, Harpoon Thrower, we have to watch out a little bit with our Eagle Rider. But other than that, our cavalry are going to be just fine. Of course, we could get frozen, which would be annoying. But I think we'll be able to handle it. Remember that Beneath does have regrowth, so we can be slightly more aggressive. And yeah, as long as we resist that being frozen business. Also, the Harpoon Throwers can root you in place, which is quite annoying, so want to make sure we resist that as well. So yeah, now let's do some ranged attacks here if we can. There's some damage to the ice scrapers. Then step up here. You know what, let's do this. Very nice. And then some mosquito darts here for the kill. Excellent. Now we could send our Eagle Rider right in there to just wing beat and do some work. And I don't hate that idea. Meanwhile, our Slither here can step in and kill that unit. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. I think we'll be okay. There's a wing beat. War Grider over here can just move in to kind of assist. There we go. Oh, they immobilized him. Okay, that's fine. We will kill the harpoon thrower here. Very good. And then with Beneaths, we can step right up. Kill the White Witch. Excellent. And then I think our Slither can probably get the kill here. We're very close. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that clears out that trading post. We got an Amulet of the Ocean Soul. Swimming, water concealment, +1 resistance, frost strength upgrade, and frost protection. You know, this is a pretty solid jewel item, actually. And, you know, kind of, you know, don't write home about it, short sword here. And then some gold. Again, we could sell it for the gold, but I think the amulet is actually pretty decent, so we will take that. And in this case, let's see, Beneaths here maybe can step up. And let's just take a look at how good it is. So we have the exact same melee weapon here currently with Beneaths. So this is one that I think we'll send to maybe our new hero. You know what? Volinara could use some stuff. So let's see. Volinara, we'll send that stuff to her. There we go. All right. Now, what to do with Beneath's stack? I think we're probably going to head to other areas to keep exploring. And this unit I was sending over to join in with Beneath. But I think we're actually going to turn this unit around. Oh, and look at that. We've got... I was going to say this unit would actually probably be better served joining in with Volinara, because Volinara is currently kind of lacking some strength. But we've also got this unit that's threatening our new city here. And unfortunately, we're not able to make it there. So maybe what we'll actually have to do with Beneaths is take a turn and head back this way to the city just to guard it for a turn until we're able to do something about this unit. Because Volinara, unfortunately, can't get there just yet. Ooh, this might be a little bit above our pay grade at the moment. Let's keep moving and see. Maybe we can try this one. It's another tough battle. I don't know if I want to risk that one. Again, it would be great to send this unit. You know what I'll do? I'm going to grab this and then loop around in the water just so that I'm not getting attacked there. And then what I'm going to do with this unit is have it join in with Volinara next turn. That's the plan there. We did get a level up with Beneaths here, so now we have Inflict Stun. There it is. Melee and ranged attacks can cause the target to be stunned. Stunned units cannot take any action. This is the one we've been after, so we're going to grab that. Oh yeah, that's a good upgrade for our Sorcerer. That's going to make the Sorcerer extremely powerful. Yeah, nothing else kind of to note here. So now let's jump over to Gnulsa and see what Gnulsa is up to. But before we do that here, let's just do a little bit more scouting while we can. Okay, there we go. We can grab some treasure next turn. For Gnulsa here, it might be worth grabbing the haste berries. I'll send our ogre over. So now let's think about composition here. As much as I really do like the Dread Monkey, I just don't know if it's worth keeping around. Again, powerful with its ability to make Charm a little bit more likely to work, but For the main stack, I think this is what we're going to go with. And then, you know, if we can level this unit up, we could maybe send it off to go and join another group along with the Dread Monkey or something like that. So we'll keep these units around, but we're not going to worry too much about them. Unfortunately, the Spider isn't going to be able to participate, I don't think, in this one. Yeah, not quite. Okay, so we will do this battle, though. We can try and recruit ourselves the Assassin or one of these Spider babies here. Oh, and remember that Arachnid Horde is going to be active during this battle. So we don't want to drag it out. We want to just get it done. Okay, there's some big damage. And the kill. And then step up. Do a little bit of work here. Maybe a little bit more work. Very nice. And then probably the kill, hopefully. Ooh, not quite. That was actually a bit of an oopsie. Because now this ogre is actually kind of in a vulnerable position. Yeah, that ogre is going to die because the assassin's going to move up and kill him. Oh, well, thank goodness that happened, because otherwise the assassin would have probably done the assassin strike on the ogre. And then I would have been in a really, really bad position. We'll get the kill there. We'll do is we'll throw a weaken on the assassin. And we'll try for the charm, although realistically it's really low odds, actually. Maybe I shouldn't try, but I think the big beetle will survive. Yeah, so let's try that. Okay, no, and it didn't work. Yikes. Okay, thankfully we got a critical there and a really good roll, so we're in good shape. We'll step our Brew Brother up and heal our big beetle, who's going to probably just take some hits from these spiders. Yeah, as expected. So now we can throw a firebomb there. Very nice. With Gnulsa, we'll step up and just kill one of them. Very good. And then our ogre can step up and get the other one. Perfect. And we got the buff from the shrine, of course, which is going to be helpful. Let's go down and see if we can maybe clear out that Sphinx Temple as well. I think that would be good for us. Okay, now let's jump to the Shadow Realm, as we've got Nero doing his thing and some scouts. So we'll grab the gold while we can. And let's see. Wetlands up here. Let's, you know what? Let's keep exploring. Ooh, and this is a bit of a kind of a dead end here, or a weird little loop that goes around. I guess it's not a dead end. We can head over this way and see what's on this side. And there is some treasure right there as well. Oh, it's going to be nice to have these living Archons as a vassal, hopefully, next turn. But let's check out... Oh, yeah, and we have this little guy who's kind of another scout for us. We've actually got quite a few of these little cadavers here to kind of wander around, which is actually quite helpful because they can sort of give us an idea of maybe where we want to go. This one's going to decay as the turn flips over, but... Now, as for where to go with Nero, we're going to clear out these two structures, probably grab this ancient ruin over here. Keep moving down and grab this one as well if we haven't already cleared it. We'll clear out this spawning structure, and then we'll go to this tomb. And that's going to be our main target. And then, of course, we're going to keep moving. We might even try for the Forbidden Sanctum if we're strong enough. And then eventually we want to get over and get rid of this, because that's threatening our city in the surface world. So there'll be a few turns before we can do all of that, but I think it'll be worth. So now Nero can engage this battle. Alright, so we're up against a tier 2 melee unit. pretty decent tier 1 archer and tier 1 irregular. So our pony rider can step up, our cadaver can step up, and we might actually even throw... Actually, we're not going to worry about healing because resurgence is probably going to be our friend. Okay. Actually, something that Ahmed Sultan had actually suggested as well that I didn't mention earlier. If these Grimbeak crows, if I'm not able to heal them, I could always just, you know, kill them or have them die in battle and then bring them back using my reanimate undead abilities, which at least give them 50% health. So that is one way to kind of heal them or use them effectively and not really worry too much about if they die. Okay, there we go. I was hoping my cadavers would sort of tank the damage there a bit. So we can drop in behind here with our wyvern. Very nice. And then probably get a flank kill. Yep. Excellent. Then we can certainly move in and... Well, the infused is going to be the toughest target here. As the tier 2. Let's see, what other... We have... This, you know, this doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's not bad. We're going to do a minimum of 4 plus 3, so a minimum of 7 with a maximum of 12 per hit. We also have a chance to inflict bleeding and plagued by fire, which are both pretty decent. The other option, of course, is we could just raise another corpse to have more and more of these little corpses floating around, which I'm actually not opposed to that idea. Of course, the other option is we move in and heal our cadaver. And... Let's see. Decisions. I think we'll do this. Flank them there. Flank them there. And then do that. There we go. And then I'm anticipating that our little cadavers are going to come under additional attack, but we'll see. Okay, using a sprint to move around and try and kill off my Grimbeak crows. Naughty, naughty. We'll devour a corpse to get some health back there. And rather than create another cadaver, I think instead what we'll do is we'll drop a heal on our crow. There we go, very good. And then this crow can step up behind and flank here. And then this one can do the same on this side and get the kill and a level up. Very nice. And this one's now silver medal, which is great. So that would... So when we get to elite, we're going to get true sight, which I'm not sure how useful necessarily that'll be, but it's definitely not bad leveling them up a little bit. So we will head now down to the ancient ruin here. Okay, we've got Monster Hunter and then 3 Berserkers, so we'll have to watch out for that charge damage that's almost certainly going to be coming our way. Okay, Cadaver is going to be up front along with our Pony Rider. That is basically a foregone conclusion. So yeah, we'll probably put the Cadaver right in the center here, just to draw as much kind of damage as possible. And then our Pony Rider can sit kind of a little bit in reserve kind of there, along with Nero, who will be ready to jump in if needed. Okay, they're going to be annoying, so maybe what we should do... We do have Dark Gift as well, I forgot about that, but if needed in a battle, we can always use that spell. We're going to need to kind of draw them out a little bit, so let's step up here with the Cadaver a touch and see what they do. Yeah, there we go. Kind of just waiting for them to come and attack me. There we go. Alright, perfect. So now we've opened them up a little bit here. So, our Cadaver is obviously going to probably die, which is just fine. Orc Berserker over here needs to be dealt with. That's going to fly in and attack me. But, you know, what we could do is go like this, and then blast here for some fairly hefty damage. There we go. And then we'll leave our Pony Rider kind of right where it is. And then what we'll do is we'll just protect the flank of Nero with our Crow. Actually, maybe even our other Crow can sit sort of in the back as well. And our Wyvern, again, sort of in reserve, like that. Okay, going after Nero. Yeah, there goes the Crow taking some big damage. All right, so our Cadaver actually survived, which is quite surprising, all things considered. So now what we'll do is we'll use this Crow over here to, I think, just flank the Berserker. Just like that. And then we can use the Wyvern here to just get the kill. Probably what we'll do. There we go. And then our Cadaver's already done his thing, so it'd probably be best to have our Cavalry. You know what we'll do is we'll kill... Can I attack from here? I can. Okay, we'll kill the Berserker. We do have to be careful because Nero's actually taking some hits here, so we don't want Nero dying, that's for sure. So we'll get the kill there, and then we'll charge around like this. And I think that's going to do it for our turn. Okay, and our Crows died. That's totally fine. Our little Cadaver here is just going to devour a corpse to get some health back. Meanwhile, we can... Oh yeah, we can fly in here for a nice big flank shot. Very good. And then we can revive our other Crow. Get the kill there. And then we can engage the Monster Hunter with our Pony Rider. Do some reasonable amount of damage there. Alright. A little bit of damage to our Cavalry, but nothing we can't handle. Here we go. We'll create ourselves another Cadaver. Meanwhile, ooh, I was going to say, are there any other corpses to devour, but none in the range there. So instead what we'll do is we'll just use our Wyvern to get the kill. Excellent. So that's taken care of, and we now have a champion level 1 on our Cadaver, which is great. Traveler's Boots of Expedient Hiking. Forestry, Wetland Walking, and +1 defense. I mean, nothing particularly amazing. We do get a little bit of a knowledge boost here, but again, I doubt that that's going to make a substantial difference. I mean, the boots, I guess we could give to one of our heroes, but is that really going to make a huge difference? I'm trying to think. I don't think this extra 40 knowledge is going to matter with this Shadow Stalker at all. I don't think that's going to change anything. So I think we'll just sell this for the gold. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll start heading down. We'll start heading down this way. We'll follow the road. We'll clear this out though on our way, because it is kind of on the way as we're heading down. This little guy can do some scouting for us as well. So the question is, where do we want to go with him? We'll send this guy up north to grab that treasure up there, because this little guy is going to wither away here in the next turn. But this little guy's got, I think, 2 more turns left in him. So maybe we'll try and see if there's anything we can see on the other side of this dragon dwelling. All right. So let's do our production now. Okay, so now we've got 3 galleons in this stack, so we can start putting in some work with them. The question is, where do we want to go with this stack? I think the answer is going to be right over here to deal with these pirates. So I think we can just send them straight north like this. And then we can clear this structure out on our way through. Okay, so Mboku, again, we can make more galleons going forward, but In the meantime here, we could do a planar gate, because if we complete a planar gate, then we will be able to produce Shadow Stalkers, which would be amazing. But it would also be nice to do a settler and get that going. And our first one is going to cost half as much as normal, which is really good. So we could then throw on our other city down here, which wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Alternatively, we could also send the settler over here where we're starting to, think about getting set up. We've got our builder now who's basically heading there as we speak. Yeah, this is kind of a tough call, but I think we'll do the settler first, and then we'll work on the planar gate after that. So, okay, we've got Lilac here. What do we want to do in Lilac? It would be nice to, you know what, maybe we do a Rogue's Palace, and then we can do the planar gate right after that, and that will give us some pretty nice production capabilities there. Over to Edinburgh. Again, now we can do the planar gate, and that's only 2 turns, and then we can start producing our Shadow Stalkers, which is excellent. Ooh, and this little guy's getting pursued by these scoundrels, which is not ideal. We'll head down and grab these haste berries, and then... Can we just head off this direction? Yes, we can. Okay. We have to wait here a little bit longer with our hero, because obviously not quite powerful enough to do much. Now, this is an opportunity, now that we have this little army of units, we could actually bring this city into the fold and start developing it. That's certainly an option for us now. It's not the worst idea ever. And this city has some pretty decent stuff around it. Like, we've got this Heart of the Volcano for extra casting points. We've got the Lost Library. We've got the Spring of Life. So, we've even got an Ancient Ruin over there. Of course, we do have some units threatening the city. You know what? I think we'll do it. We'll have them join us. And we'll park ourselves there as the city guard. And we'll just start developing the city because, we need to do it eventually, so we might as well start developing it. Start with a builder's hall. Oh, and look at this. Okay, so we must have completed an empire quest at some point. Oh, here we go. Multiculture. So we were the first player with cities of 5 different races. We have a group of units from those races. So you can see here we have the support units of our 5 races. So we have dwarves, humans, halflings, high elves, and blight doctor. Or excuse me, goblins. So we have the Blight Doctor. And that actually works out pretty well, as we were kind of thinking about maybe making another stack out of these units. So we could add in our Dread Monkey or our Spider into this group, or kind of distribute these units as we need. And again, important to note here that 3 of these units can heal. So the Forge Priest can heal, the regular Priest can heal, and the Brew Brother can heal. So now we have plenty of healing to go around here, which is really good. Quite happy with that turn of events, actually. Okay, so what to do with these galleons? Again, we don't want to try this battle because it's going to pull in all these units. So instead what we'll do, we'll head up there. We'll park like right here so that they just move in and attack us, basically. That's going to be what we're going to do there. Meanwhile, with these units, we're going to start heading down. We want to get control of that city as soon as we can. The Jester actually can grab the haste berries and then head down to join us as well. And that's going to do it for our turn there, I think. I'm just double checking any other offers. So these are all just join offers. Tavros here is a little bit tempting because we are in the vicinity. Maybe one more turn when we get a bit closer, we can bring the city in with Nero in the vicinity. That'll be good, I think. Yeah, that's going to be our turn. So we'll end it right there. Boy, I'm so looking forward, though, to some of our necromancers recruiting some of these powerful undead. I think that's going to make a huge difference for us. If we could expand the city a bit more and get this additional farm, that would be an extra 40 gold from both farms, thanks to that upgrade I chose. I mean, again, maybe not the most ideal upgrade, and what I gave up for it is pretty, you know, maybe not the greatest trade-off, but I would at least, you know, lessen the blow slightly of that choice. That's going back to that racial governance upgrade that I chose. I just noticed that there's one great farm here, and there's a second one that's kind of close by. That would be, let's see, 1 hex, 2 hex. We'd need 3 additional hex upgrades, so don't think we have a stone wall. We don't have a stone wall, but I think all we'd be able to do is stone wall plus a palace, and that's not going to do it, so we're going to be right on the edge here. We'd get the gold mine, but not the farm, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, I'm not sure why we've only encountered the one opponent. Again, my understanding would be that since they're all on a team, we should have encountered all of them. I think that's always kind of how it's been in previous games, but it might just be that, you know, the quirk of the way that we encountered the opponent, it didn't trigger the rest, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if he continues to attack us or harass our vassal cities. I'm quite excited as well to have Belfim grow. Once it grows, we're going to have additional gold income from the 2 trading posts, which is going to be huge. And the city will be... Ooh, and okay, one of our little guys is coming under attack. We're not going to be able to do anything because of the ranged attacks here from the bombard, so... Unfortunately, that's just a little cadaver who's gonna be destroyed a little bit sooner than expected. So we are going to have at least a few cities that want to join us here. So yeah, there it is. We've got an alliance proposal from the giants up here. 560 gold, yikes. I'll still accept it though. There we go. We've gotten better at governing draconians. We can either make draconian flamers a little bit better, or we can do shrines are cheaper to build. We're going to do shrines are cheaper to build because we're probably not going to be building a lot of flamers at this stage, so that's what we'll do there. We now are able to produce shadow stalkers, provided, of course, we have the appropriate structure to do so. Ooh, and here we go. Vassal proposal from the living archons here. Happy to accept that. Oh yeah, and look at that. We've got ourselves an Archon Titan now to guard the city, which is great. And that's a living Archon Titan, not an Archon Revenant Titan. Okay, what else is going on here? Anything crazy? Lots of joint offers again. We actually have a joint offer here from the nomadic outlaw dwelling that we have. So, again, I don't have a ton of experience with them. I'm hoping that they might offer us some troops or something like that in the near future. It would be cool to get to see some of their units in action. We did have a number of items arrive, so let's sort through those. Okay, 2 of them here are for Zhang. There's a shield and a brooch. And then we also had the... Nice, we had the Frost Breath item arrive for our hero, who now has Inflict Stun and is going to be extremely powerful as a result. Let's jump back underground, though, before I forget. And we can continue producing units here. So now we at least have the caster with Zhang. Might also be worth producing... You know, I'm kind of tempted to Kind of tempted to maybe do a little bit more rushing here and do a Chamber of the Right. We can produce that, and then we can rush production. And that's really not going to be too bad for us. And then we can rush production of the next structure, which is going to then hopefully give us the Archon Titans or the Wraith King, whichever route we decide to go down. I know I said I was going to produce more units for Zhang, but I mean, if we just hang out a couple more turns, we can rush some of the production, and we'll be in good shape. So then we'll have a really good stack for Zhang to lead. Okay, now let's try and get our city back, because, boy, this has been annoying to have this city taken right out from under me and not being able to get it back for a few turns. So, all right, we're just going to charge right in here. Taking a little bit of damage, and we are dazed, so we're going to have to watch out for that. That daze is going to be quite annoying. Do a little bit of damage there. Our Lucky's just saving our Keister there a little bit. So we'll get right in and start going into melee combat. Brew Brother can step up here, do a little bit of work. The only unfortunate part of this Jester's attack is the attack will potentially dazzle my units next to the Spirit Elemental, which I don't want to happen, so we're just going to leave the Jester back for now. Ouch. That was unpleasant, to say the least. Boy, you know, we might actually be in some trouble for this battle here. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to jump around like this. We're going to heal our Night Watch, who unfortunately is dazed, which means we aren't going to be able to do a whole lot. Step up here. Do a little bit more damage. Yeah, we're in big trouble here. I suppose we could quick dash our Night Watch. And then maybe retreat back a little bit. I mean, we're going to basically just sacrifice the Brew Brother or the Jester here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, we'll step up, do some damage. Step up again and do some more. I don't know if we're actually going to get the kill here. I mismanaged this battle, that's for sure. Yeah, that's not going to work because of the spirit protection there. So what's going to probably happen is it's going to just kill my Night Watch here. Okay, nice. It went for the Archer. That's good. Now I can get the kill. That's fine. Boy, that was close, though, and I mismanaged that battle for sure. That was not my best tactical decision-making, but in the end, we got the city back, and that's what is most important. So the city is now in our control. Of course, we're going to have to reapply all of our buffs to the city. And the nice thing about this city is that we had already produced the first rogue structure, and now we can do the planar gate, and we'll start doing that, and then we'll be able to produce some very, very powerful units out of here. So already very happy, so I don't think it's necessarily a huge benefit to throw Iron Grip on here. Might actually be better throwing it on one of my other little cities out kind of on the frontier. Maybe my dwarves could use it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that boosted them up quite a bit. Nice. Now this is going to take less time. And we will start doing a Spiritual Freedom, though, because we do want to throw that on down here on Hamlet. Okay, again, domain invasion warnings happening over here. Let's see, what do we have? Maybe we'll make one more initiate while we can. And then, let's see. We are running a little low on gold. I've been going kind of spending happy, so I got to be a little bit careful of that. Okay, Dark Pact. Make a pact with forgotten gods to empower your armies. All your bards, assassins, succubi, and shadow stalkers gain +1 defense and +1 damage and new powers, but cost 25% more upkeep. Okay, that's an interesting one that I can do kind of moving forward to improve my units. You know what? I think maybe we'll take care of some of these other little ones here. Like, you know what? Cloak and Dagger wouldn't be bad. A little bit more casting points. Advanced Logistics would help us, although we are doing a lot of moving in the water and whatnot. But I still think this would be really beneficial. So maybe we'll do this one. Just get this one done, and then we can do some of these other upgrades for the Rogue and for some of our specialties here that we haven't really, our specializations that we haven't done. So yeah, let's do Advanced Logistics. We'll get that one going. Okay, so now we have our 3 units here guarding the city. Those spiders have seemingly kind of left us alone. I think we're going to need to improve the city a little bit before we're able to actually mount much of an attack against this necromantic circle, because these reanimators are going to kind of take us apart. So, what to do? Well, one thing we could do is send off this half-breed to go start digging, I suppose. Got some diggable walls over here we can start trying to deal with. So there's an option. I don't think goblins... Do goblins like subterranean walls? I can't remember. Okay, they don't. So, yeah, I can dig those walls away without issue. It's the dwarves that you have to be careful. That will actually make them less happy if you dig all the walls away. Actually, this is a city that would also benefit from happiness boost. So let's do a builder's hall. Once we have that done, then we'll be able to produce units a little bit more quickly. I think that will help us. Okay, Umboku. Oh, here we go. We've now got our goblin settler. So I think we'll send the settler down this way. We'll make a second goblin city down here. Unfortunately, the city's going to be limited by the growth of our capital city, but our throne city, I should say. But we're going to have the Flow Rock Quarry. We might be able to make this our additional city to produce more boats, which I think would be helpful. And again, the boats would benefit from having the upgrade from the Flow Rock Quarry, the Flow Rock Citadel. Now, what do we want to do in Umboku? Again, we have some options. We could keep going with galleons, or like I was saying earlier, we could do the planar gate. And I think that's probably what we'll do, because we want to get these Shadow Stalkers going. Boy, we are spending money like it's going out of style, though. In terms of upgrading Beltheme here, much better production income, so that's actually quite nice. Perhaps we do Rogue's Palace, maybe. Although, you know, again, it would be nice. The city is going to grow here in one turn, which is good. Could do a storehouse just to improve the city growth. Elves grow a little bit more slowly, so you know what? That wouldn't be so bad. Maybe we'll do that, and then we'll do the Rogue's Palace. And then eventually try and get to that planar gate. Okay, now this guy, we can head down and try and join up with Volinara. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Now, the question, are we strong enough for this battle? I'm thinking probably not. We might be strong enough for this. Actually, we're definitely strong enough for that battle, though. So, yeah, let's see what, like, it's going to tell us our odds, and it's going to be probably kind of low. I have a feeling if I try this battle, I'm going to lose people, and I don't want to do that. Now, that being said, Volinara, as we now know, does have Resurgence, so I could take risks in this one, but I just don't feel great about 2 Frostling Ice Queens. So we're going to hold off. We'll do this battle first, and then maybe if we level up a little bit or get another cadaver, then we can maybe try this one out. But we'll tell her to just hang out for now. Now, we know that there are some units kind of floating around, which isn't great. We are doing the storehouse. I was going to say maybe almost we should do an initiate just to have at least something to guard the city. You know what? I changed my mind on that. Let's do that. We'll have an initiate just because we need something to guard the city. And then with Beneaths here, we have to figure out where we want to go. We could go down and try this Forbidden Sanctum, maybe. Again, though, I'm not quite sure we're strong enough for that. Like, we're not weak by any means, but we're definitely not a powerhouse stack by any stretch. The other option is we go north and keep exploring, and yeah, we've got a boneyard to clear out and a lost library up here, so we've got lots of other things we can do. Oh, and those pirate units have buggered off, so we... You know what? This will be a good way to end the episode. We'll do this naval battle here. Some ship versus ship combat. This should be quite enjoyable. Now, we are going to take some punishment here, that's for sure. Yep, and there you can see it. Okay. Now, they have kind of lined up for us a little bit, but we'd have to... Unfortunately, to get over there, we're going to have to kind of put ourselves in a riskier position. So I'd have to go all the way over here. I don't think I can quite make it there with my other ships. That said, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah, there we go. Big damage there. Oh, and you know what? We can do it from the other side here, so let's do that. I think. Oh, not quite. Dang it. Yeah, that's going to cost me now. What about... Yeah. Oh, geez, that's a real shame. Yeah, now this galleon... I'm tempted to probably take on the galleon first. That said, I could probably kill the frigate. Maybe we'll go for the frigate just to try and get the kill, honestly. Okay. Yeah, that's a shame. I was hoping I could get all the way down and line them up again. Yeah, now we're going to take some punishment. Ouch. Thankfully, we should be able to... What kind of damage do we do with our fire? Not bad. Let's do that. And then between these two, I think we can kind of fight this other ship. So this is like... This is ship versus ship combat. There we go. Just some ramming action. Ooh, some flaming arrows there. We kind of grouped up. That was actually silly of me, but they lined up for me here. There we go. Now we can get the finish. Boy, we took a lot of damage, though. And that, again, I made a bit of a mistake there when I thought I could come around and do another cannon shot. Fortunately, wasn't able to. What I maybe should have done is retreated back and had them try to come towards me in a line, and they might have lined themselves up for me. So, but we got it done and we didn't lose anybody. That's the most important thing. Oh, look at this. Blessed Totem of Health. You know, this would, extra hit points, that wouldn't be so bad for Beneaths. And then the club as well is pretty decent. That said, though, I think... Oh, I'm kind of tempted to sell this because I'm really hurting for money. I can't remember if Beneaths already has some pretty good jewel items or not. I think she does. That said, you know, I have other heroes that would benefit from these. You know what? I will take these rewards because I'm only going to get 100 and some gold out of it. And I'm actually going to send this, rather than to Beneaths, I'm going to send it to Zhang. And I think I'll send this club off to Zhang as well. There we go. So now Zhang will at least have something. Oh, and you know what? We can do another battle. I know this is going to drag the episode a little bit longer than I was planning to, but this will be another good battle for us here. So we can do this one. I suspect we're going to be able to do this one without a ton of difficulty. So we can retreat back. Cannon shot. Another cannon shot. And additional cannon shot. Very good. Okay, and now between our attacks, I think we'll be able to just ram the mermaid to death, basically. Very nice. I think that restores our movement, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it does. Okay, so these ones can keep on going. We'll maybe eventually need to get a builder in here just to repair some of these galleons, because they are in rough shape. But I think we'll end it here. Just remember next time we can move those galleons still. So we'll zoom out. We will save this one as episode 11. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.